What happens when the world's top scientists feel unwelcome in the very country that helped shape modern innovation? A global race to recruit American talent is unfolding, and it could redefine the future of science. A quiet but consequential shift is happening in the global scientific landscape. As the United States, long revered as a beacon of scientific progress, retreats from its historic support for research and innovation, the rest of the world is seizing an unprecedented opportunity, luring away America's brightest minds. This scientific tug-of-war stems from drastic funding cuts under the Trump administration, which slashed billions from federal research agencies. Thousands of scientists found themselves without grants, jobs, or a clear future. Now, nations across Europe, Canada, and the Pacific are rolling out red carpets, offering U.S. researchers not only money, but something potentially more vital: academic freedom and institutional stability. A global call to American talent. From France to Australia, a wave of government-backed initiatives is actively courting disillusioned U.S.-based scientists. Canada's new Canada Leads program, launched in April, is aimed specifically at early career biomedical researchers. Over in France, Aix-Marseille University debuted its Safe Place for Science initiative, signaling a direct invitation to American scientists who feel their work is at risk. Australia's Global Talent Attraction Program boasts competitive salaries, generous relocation packages, and the promise of a stable research environment. Ana Maria Arabia, CEO of the Australian Academy of Sciences, didn't mince words. We see an unparalleled opportunity to attract some of the smartest minds here. The European Commission is also stepping in. President Ursula von der Leyen recently announced that the EU will move to enshrine academic freedom into law, part of the Choose Europe for Science campaign designed to appeal to scientists feeling alienated by U.S. politics and policies. The U.S. once the undisputed leader. Since World War II, the United States has invested heavily in a scientific infrastructure unmatched anywhere in the world. Federal funds fueled transformative discoveries from the internet and GPS to cancer therapies and COVID-19 vaccines. But that system is now under severe strain. In the early months of the Trump administration, sweeping reviews of science budgets led to massive cuts across pivotal agencies. The White House proposed slashing the National Institutes of Health, NIH, budget by 40% and cutting the National Science Foundation's NSF funding by more than half. NASA, the National Academy of Sciences, and even elite universities saw their resources dwindle. These cuts are designed to eliminate waste and align spending with national priorities, said White House spokesperson Kush. But for the scientific community, the impact is far more alarming. Hiring freezes have rippled across universities. Graduate programs are shrinking. Some institutions have laid off staff and paused new research projects. The administration even attempted to block Harvard University from enrolling international students, a move halted by a judge, but still symbolic of the prevailing mood. A shifting landscape. Across the Atlantic and beyond, institutions see both crisis and opportunity. At Germany's Max Planck Society, applications from US-based scientists to its prestigious Lisa Meitner Excellence Program, geared toward young female researchers, tripled this year. At France's Institute of Genetics, Molecular and Cellular Biology, American applicants doubled. The Aix-Marseille program received 300 applications in its first round, nearly half from the United States, with submissions from AI researchers, astrophysicists, and geneticists. Eric Burton, the university's president, observed, "Our American colleagues are not particularly interested in money. What they want is the ability to do their work without interference." Recruiters in Europe and the UK are witnessing a surge as well. Natalie Derry, managing partner of the Global Emerging Sciences practice at Whitkeefer, says unsolicited inquiries from U.S. researchers are up by as much as 35%. When we reach out to US-based scientists, we're getting a much higher rate of interest than ever before. Weighing the leap. Despite this growing interest, not everyone is ready or able to pack their bags. Brandon Coventry, a postdoctoral researcher at the University of Wisconsin-Madison, studying neural implants, has applied for positions in Canada and France. "I never thought I'd consider leaving the US," he said. "But now it's a serious contender. For many, personal and practical obstacles loom large. Language barriers, family ties, visa regulations, and differences in pension and retirement systems all complicate the equation. Relocating an entire career lab, grants, collaborators isn't something most scientists take lightly." Mariana Zhang, a postdoc at NYU, whose NSF grant was abruptly cancelled, studied how children form perceptions of race and gender. "It felt like America as a country was no longer interested in questions like mine," she said. "But fleeing," she added, "is not a simple answer. It's no easy solution, just escaping to another country." A precarious moment for global science. As these recruitment programs ramp up, from individual universities to continent-wide initiatives, there's growing concern about the long-term implications of the U.S. science retreat. Patrick Kramer, head of the Max Planck Society, sees the bigger picture. "Science is a global endeavor," he said. "When collaborations break down, datasets go dark, and partnerships dissolve, the entire scientific world suffers." These programs aren't just about recruiting individuals. They're about preventing the loss of talent to the global scientific community. Even those leading the recruitment charge voice caution. Patrick Schultz, president of the French Genetics Institute, remarked, "The U.S. has always been a role model in science and education. Seeing it retreat is frightening for us all. Will the U.S. lose its edge? It's too soon to call this a full-fledged brain drain, but warning signs are everywhere." The U.S. remains the largest funder of research and development globally, accounting for 29% of all R&D spending in 2023. Yet momentum is shifting, and once loyal researchers are exploring life and work. As the world races to fill the vacuum, the question looms: will the U.S. recover its scientific dominance, or are we witnessing the beginning of a long-term power shift in global innovation? The stakes are high, and the world is watching.